Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick rundown of how I smelt shot range lead. I know there's a number of videos out there about this, but I figured if you could get 1 or 2 points or tips out of this, it'd be worth shooting it. So I was doing it anyway. Figured I'd shoot a quick video. Like most people, my primary source of lead is doing this. I don't like to buy my own lead. It really cuts down on the cost of making your own ammunition, making your own bullets. The way I do it, I have a place that I go that has a big dirt berm, and I simply mine the shot lead out of the berm. Comes just like this. I use a cheap 88-cent Walmart colander, and I took and drilled the holes out larger so they would accommodate some bigger pieces of dirt and rock. For me, here in southern Pennsylvania, our soil is kind of clay, rocky. The only way I can really do this is if we have a stretch, a week, 2 weeks, even more if possible, without rain, so that it's dry, the ground on the berm gets shot up, pulverized, powderized. If we've had rain anytime in previous to that, there's just no way to really do this. Some of you guys out west, the southwest especially, sandy soil, you guys have a really easy time of mining your lead. We have a little harder time. Turn that down a little bit. But yeah, when it's dry out, I just scoop up that dirt, give it a shake as much as I can to get most of the dirt and rocks out of it, and then throw it into buckets. Bring it home, and I'll put it into this bucket again that I've just drilled the holes out of the bottom. Fill it up no more than about halfway, and just hit it with the garden hose. Spray it down really well. If possible, let it set then for maybe half an hour to an hour, then come back out, spray it down again, slosh it around, spray it out, and it gets the vast majority of the dirt out. I mean, you can see this. There's still some dirt in there, but for the most part, it's all shot bullets. A few rocks, few sticks that'll burn up in the pot. I don't let it dry. Some guys will say you gotta, they just lay it out and let it dry for weeks, and I find that that's not necessary. My setup for smelting is just an old turkey frying stand, ran to a propane tank, and then a cast iron Dutch oven. And that's really important, especially with the lid. The lid really helps to retain the heat and speed things up. Even with the lid and running this thing on high, you're looking at a good 45 minutes to an hour per batch. So if you're going to do this, I find it best to do it Saturday when you're sitting around the house, not really doing much, just relaxing, doing other stuff. Come on, throw a batch on and go find something else to do while it's cooking down. From there, I find it really helpful if you have some old pieces of scrap leather lying around. That's really helpful. It takes the gloves work, but it helps out a lot more to have the leather. After about 30 minutes or so, I like to go in and just kind of give it a stir, because you are going to get melting on the bottom and not on the top. So just kind of turn it up, get things moved around, let it set for another good 10 minutes at least. And you can usually tell with some experience. You can, that stuff, that's when you're getting down to where it's about ready. This stuff on top needs a few more minutes. And then everybody has a trick. I use this stainless steel frying doodad, and also this little sieve here. This winter it rusted out a spot, so it's not working that great, but just give it a good shake. Get all the lead droplets that you can out of it. From there, I'll throw those into these old skillets, and then once they cool down, I just dump them into a 5-gallon bucket. I have yet to find a scrapyard in my area. I've only tried one that will take these, but from all that I hear from other guys on cast bullet forums and stuff, there are scrap yards that will take these as number 2 or maybe number 3 copper. So don't pitch your jackets out. I do hit them with a magnet though, because you will find some bimetal jackets. Just go through with a big stick magnet and pull those out. I flux with sawdust. It's cheap, doesn't stink too much. My molds. This is interesting. I found this. It's a Hostess Twinkie mold. I think I found it at a yard sale, but I find the ingot shape to be a lot nicer than the standard cupcake or muffin molds. These are nice and slender. They slide down into the pot. A lot nicer. I do have this little Lee mold, which I don't use very often at all.
I maybe throw one in per batch, just because they are nice for adding to already filled and heated up pot. But they're using these. I don't know how guys do it. It would take me all week. And yeah, I've been at it for the better part of the afternoon. That's probably, oh my, I would say 80 pounds at least. 60, 80 pounds, maybe more. I'm not sure, but after I get all this done, I'll probably be set for the summer. And I do this maybe twice a year, 3 times a year if I have time. And it really is a great source of lead versus, you know, buying it. Even buying it from the scrapyard, I pay, I think, 60 cents a pound. And it's still useful to check your scrapyards, though. The last time I was there, I got 25 pounds of 50/50 solder drippings that I smelted down and gained almost all of it. I had very little loss, and I got a whole butt ton of tin out of it for 50 cents a pound, so you can't beat that. So check your scrapyards. But hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you gleaned a little bit of information out of it. Have a good night.